Alan Prepper here, novice marksman. Today I want to talk about the awesome rifle, what some people refer to as an AR. I refer to as an awesome rifle. So just want to go through a little chat because of all the controversy on this. A lot of people mistake this for how can I say, a military weapon or a assault rifle, which is what they call it. Now, this is the term that they're using. And I know politics has a lot to do with this, but and my heart goes out to all those beautiful kids that had to suffer in the hands of a maniac, and all those other people that had to suffer through the situations that they had where they were just at the wrong time at the wrong place, and these crazy people just happened to be standing there. Now, I do think that there are some things that I will probably say that need to be regulated in a sense. Now, don't cut my tongue out for saying regulated. I know some people get pissed off. But I live on an island where there is a lot of regulation, and there's a lot of restrictions. And then at the same time, we have a lot less restrictions than the U.S. does. For instance, I want to show you something here. That stock back there, well, that stock is on a 16-inch barrel, but I can put it on a short barrel rifle. I could put it on anything I want. I have nothing at all. I can use a brace. We have no restrictions to those things. But anyway, let me get on with the video here on what I think is called the awesome rifle. Well, here we are, Highland Prepper, novice marksman. Just making these out for my new channel, and I want to make sure that you know that I also have my other channel, the Island Prepper. I'm going to cater that more to preparedness in Puerto Rico, where I'm living right now, but basically any island that you live on. I'll be doing one on a bug out back. Where the hell do you bug out to when you live on an island? Anyway, this is the AR, and that is pretty much the controversy right there. It is just pretty much a piece of plastic with some, I guess, aluminum in there. This one here is a Diamondback, a DB14 or DB15, excuse me. And it's basically, well, it's not chambered in anything. This can shoot anything. This can shoot from a 22 all the way on up to a 5.56, 308, 300 blackout. Pretty much almost any caliber that you could think of, this thing can shoot. This was actually designed for a 223, which is a really small caliber. Hold on a second. Here's what that looks like. It's actually a 22, but with a little heavier grain and a lot more powder. So even though it's a 22, and let me show you what that, and that is a 22 caliber. So I'm going to take this out, and let me get this here so you can see one next to the other. And that's the 223, or excuse me, that's the 5.56 actually, right here. So, and this is the 22. Both of these can do damage. Both of these can be used for hunting. This for smaller critters. This one for a little larger critter. And basically both of them could be used for pretty much anything. So both of these calibers, and this is what military mostly uses. Now they're going up to a little bit bigger one now. But the reason for this caliber, which is, like I said, a 22, same as this. Okay? Same as that. Is because it's light, easy to carry, and you could carry a lot of it. So this is why the military chose this, okay? But at the same time, this is one of the best home defense calibers there is as well. Not only because you can use it in your house, but your kids can shoot it, your wife can shoot it, your puppy dog can shoot it. I mean, it is not really a high impact caliber where the kick on it is very strong. My boys practice with this, and I think it's pretty much one of the best calibers that there is because of the versatility of it, where I can use this in the same exact rifle in the same barrel. Now, the controversy is more this than anything else. So they're saying, well, it's an assault rifle, but this is the controversy. This thing holds 25 rounds here of 22 caliber, which is this one. Okay. I just had a bullet fall out. And this one holds 30 rounds. Okay. So that's the big controversy on it. Well, it's high capacity magazine. Well, you know what? I wish I could post some of the videos of the stuff that happens here in Puerto Rico in some of the areas. Now, these are drug related. Puerto Rico is not a high crime area where you got mass shootings and murders and stuff like that, where people go into malls and schools. It just doesn't happen here. But is there mass shootings? Yes, between drug dealers. They just kind of hate themselves. So these shootings that happen are happening. If I were to post your video, you would not have any defense. Even this thing that I have in front of me has no defense against these guys. They're using binary triggers. They're using what they call bump stocks on their rifles. Now, granted, most of these people cannot go to a gun range and practice. The reason why is because for you to enter a gun range and practice, you have to have a license, which eliminates the part where they actually can train. Can they train in the mountains or stuff like that, or someplace secluded? Probably, but it'll probably get heard, and you'll have authorities there in no time, or helicopters, or whatever, stopping the issue from going on. Now, is there good and bad with restrictions, laws, caps on things? Yes, I'm going to explain to you why in a minute. Okay, so this is what they're banning in the States, and it's called a short barrel rifle. And that stock back there is not allowed. It's illegal over there. Fortunately for us, we don't have that issue here, but we also don't have the same problems that they have over there. Now, this is a 7-inch barrel, and this is pretty much my home defense. Now, we don't have a situation where we have drywall in between our walls here, so our houses are made of concrete. That's why they hold so well to hurricanes. And our walls, interior walls, are also made of concrete, most of them poured concrete. So the safety level, besides maybe you hitting a door or something like that, is a lot greater. So we don't have an issue where if we penetrate one wall, it'll go through another and another and maybe hit somebody that you don't want to hit. If I hit the front wall on my house, it's going to hit poured concrete, so it's going to be really strong. Anyway, so this is where the controversy comes in. Now, this is what everybody likes as well, is you have not only different calibers that you can use, where you can shoot, go hunting for bears, elephants. Excuse me, we don't hunt for elephants anymore. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is size-wise, you can hunt whatever you need to hunt, or you can go just plinking with whatever you want to plink with and practice. Now, it is also a sport. The reason why I think this is the most awesome rifle there is because this part here can be interchanged with many different parts here. Now, this upper here is also 22 or a 5.56 223. So, but if I want, I can make it a little bit bigger. Change the brace on the back, or just put a brace in there. I can make an adjustment here where I can make this shorter or longer depending on my arm length. Different scopes, different handles, different lights. This has a can, and this one has a totally different caliber. So this one is this right here. And that is the same as an AK-47, which is what the Russians use, or most of the Europeans use. Afghanistan, all those countries use this right here. It's a bigger caliber, it's heavier gauge, or a lot more power than the 5.56. Kind of hard to take out of it. Let me see if I can pull it out. So here we go. One right next to the other. I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. And as you can see, the actual penetrating part is a lot larger and heavier. So it does contain more power, but out of this AR, you can shoot that. So if you want to go for a bear or a larger animal or an elk or a bigger deer, you can use something like this, or you can even go into a larger caliber like a 308. So these are the reasons why this thing is so nice. You have what they call here Picatinny rails, and you have M-locks here, so you can put different types of attachments. Put a sling here, sling on the other side. This is called an LPVO, so it's okay. Now this is my personal favorite. Because it's 10-inch, which is just a perfect size to be outside, inside. And it's also a 223, 5.56 or 22. Okay. So it all depends on the inside part, which is what holds the actual round. So this is, it's light. It's not a heavy rifle, which is when you go hunting, if you have to carry a real heavy rifle, after a while it does burn you down. But it's versatile, it's lightweight, it's easy to dismantle. Maybe I'll just do that on camera right now, okay? Hold on one sec. Okay, here I go. So, just to give you an idea of how easy this is, you have some buttons here, which I can't see in the dark right now. Here we go. One here, and you pull that out. Let me just turn this whole thing around so you can see it this way. That's it. Push in here, and if you need to clean it, it's the same thing. And there it is. I'm going to push this one back in. Okay. This can lean like that. You can pull the insides out here. This is the firing mechanism back here. That goes in, and you can go like this, voila. And that's what you're left with. Small little light thick. Now, a lot of people say, well, this is a dangerous weapon because it just shoots too many rounds, or it's designed to kill. Well, all bullets are designed to kill. So, but I'm going to give you a little insight here on something else. Okay? Now, all the shootings that we had, a lot of people don't take into consideration that we had a shooting in a mall there in the United States, not here. And that mall shooting, I think they call it the J.C. Penney shooting, so let's get this straight here. And in that J.C. Penney shooting, well, let's do it this way and this way. In that J.C. Penney shooting, this is what they shot. And this is a 22 rifle. That magazine holds 15 rounds, but you can also get it 25 rounds. This is called a Ruger Charger. I'm not going to say it's a kid's gun because there's no such thing as a kid's gun, but this is what the boys shot. It's the first rifle I got, and this is what they were shooting when they first started shooting. It's a 22 Charger. Absolutely the most fun gun there is. Well, in the mall, the person that went in there went in with one of these 22 caliber, just started going into all the stores and shooting people down. And the last place he shot people was in J.C. Penney's. Got a couple of people behind the counter, a couple of workers behind the counter, and shot him with a 22. So then he threw the 22 over and ran out of the mall. I guess they caught him later, but anyway, it was all caught on camera. So is it an assault rifle? Well, I mean, the rifle itself doesn't assault anybody, but the person did assault them. I can assault you with a hammer, a rock, a front kick, or a side kick. I mean, if I even touch a cop's arm, it can be considered an assault. Slap you in the face, it's considered an assault, or you can go to jail for assault. So basically, you're not allowed to touch a human, and that's what causes an assault. If a person doesn't allow you to touch them, it's considered an assault. Slap a girl in the ass, she can charge you with assault. Sexual assault in that case. So just hang on 1 second. Okay, so I guess the last parade that they had, where the guy was on a roof and shot a few people in the parade and stuff like that. I can't remember if that was Pennsylvania or New Jersey. I think it was New Jersey. Anyway, that was done with this rifle. This is called a Kel-Tec 2000, and it is an awesome little rifle. Folds in half. You can put it in a backpack, and they said that's how they got it in there. Was in a backpack, and it shoots a 9mm, which is just a regular handgun round. Now, one of the things it can do is right now it has just a standard Glock magazine in there. I think it's 15 or 17 shots. I'm not sure, but you can also use this, which they call a happy stick, and it shoots 30 rounds, 9mm. Okay, it also comes in a 40mm, or 40 Smith and Wesson is what they call it. So you can use it for that as well. Also, awesome, great home defense gun. It shoots a regular gun round. Now, the reason I don't use it as a home defense gun is because it's in a defensive, and this is in my opinion, okay, by the way, all of this is in my opinion. In a defense, you have to hit fast or faster than the other person, and you have to be able to have what they call stopping power. So stopping power should be in the caliber and the velocity of the caliber. So the larger the caliber, and this is why they use a big caliber when they hunt a big animal, is going to have a better stopping power. Now, does that stop the animal? No, that animal goes and runs off, and then it bleeds out, and then it dies, and then you basically do your thing with it, skin it and portion out the meats and all that other stuff. So in a defense situation, if you're at home and someone comes into my house, or a few people come into my house, number one, you want to have enough rounds in your magazine or in your weapon or of defense, so you can cover the people that are in there, number one. But number two, you also want to be able to stop them as fast as you can. And I have seen many gunfights. I watch Active Cell Protection all the time, and these are live gunfights that you see. And they shoot a person 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and they're still moving, or they're still coming at you. Matter of fact, one of the things that cops do the most is when you have someone come at you with a knife, you have to remember that you need to stop them. If they're within 20, 25 feet of you, they have a very good chance of stabbing you, maybe killing you with a knife before you can put a stop to them. So these are things that I happen to know because I train and I watch enough training videos and everything to know where I need to be. So anyway, I don't want to lag this video on too long, but the thing with this rifle, it only shoots one caliber, and this thing with this rifle, it only shoots one caliber. Any of these rifles that I just showed you have more of a tendency to not work at the time that you need them, okay? They don't shoot as far, and they're not as accurate, and they don't have the stopping power, okay? Can this stop a squirrel? Probably on the same shot. Can this stop a squirrel also? Yes. Can this stop a moose? No. I doubt it. But I did see somebody shoot a deer, okay, and kill the deer with it. Anyway, I don't hope I don't get a whole bunch of Bambi lovers bitching about this either. But anyway, this is the Novice Marksman. I'm going to be checking out. I was going to make a few comments on the political views of things, but I'm going to keep that to myself. And I am going to let you know that, yes, we need to negotiate some kind of restrictions. Now, our restrictions here are a little bit on the hard side because they're costly. For instance, for you to get your license here, it's about $400. Now, why did I say should they have a restriction on bump stocks and on binary triggers? The reason why is because every time I see a mass shooting here, which is gang members or gangbangers shooting themselves, okay, it's with binary triggers and it's with bump stocks. And they have just simple little handguns. And these handguns can shoot 30 rounds with one of these, a Glock, okay, with one of these. And it shoots in 3 or 4 seconds, you'll run through all 30 rounds. And that's how they fight here. So even when I carry my concealed weapon for defense of my family or myself, okay, I wouldn't have a chance against those guys. All right. And the thing with binary triggers and bump stocks, you don't need a license to buy it. Any criminal can put that in their gun. Any criminal. Okay. And if you go to a situation where you have to defend your family and a non-licensed illegal use being used by a criminal, he's going to blow your freaking head off and the rest of everybody else. So that's where I think that there's some restrictions should come in. Should there be some kind of training? Absolutely, there should be training. When I go to the gun range, I see morons, and they all have licenses and were trained, but I see a lot of morons. Anyway, this is the Novice Marksman. Over and out. Keep training. Be safe, and get your shit together. Over and out.